who would kind of act as my mother when my mother wasn't there. So she has a son who was my best friend, so we hung out together.
Did you stay out of trouble?
Yes, I had to.
Had to, huh?
We grew up in a community where everybody take care of everybody.
Well, that's good.
We had if I walked down the road, for example, and I did not say hi or good morning to somebody, my father would know by the end of the day, because the older people expect us as children to say good morning. I couldn't hide from school, because if I hid, my father would know, the school would know, and I would get punishment at school for hiding out, and when I get home in the evening, I get punishment again.
What kind of punishment would they give you?
I'd go to school, you get paddled in your hand, or my father would do all kind of tricks. Sometimes he would have me stand in the corner and take my left hand, hold my right hand hold my left ears, and my left hand hold my right foot, and have me stand in that corner there for quite a while. I mean,
And just have you stand there?
Yeah. Sometimes if other punishment could be that I would, we didn't have any running water in my where I live. So we had big barrels to fill up. And maybe that one of my punishment that day was to fill 2 or 3 barrels. In addition to all that, I had to take the animals. I reared goats and chickens. So I had to make certain that these were taken care of. Even if I didn't want to that day, if he would do it for me in the morning and I did something that was wrong the day before, I would be responsible to go take those goats, take them to the field, get back, go to school on time, come back in lunchtime, which was 11 to 12, go change the goat, bring back, get my lunch, come back to school by 12 o'clock. So it was pretty, I think, to me now it's just fun. There's a lot more things to do. In my time, we played a lot of games, a lot of ring games. Guys would be skipping ropes or pulling, doing tug of war. We'd play cricket, which was our major sports. Marbles, marbles for marbles. We had this, I'm sure some people might know it, but what we did, we had different ways. We'd probably have stones, bang the marble onto the stones, and depending on how far, if your marble hit the other marble and that belongs to you, it's kind of pay. You got to pay me for the one.
So you played for money?
No. Played for marbles.
Oh.
Yeah. Played for marbles. The marbles, we had a ring. Put some marbles in a ring, you throw up to the ring. The nearest person if there are 4 of you, and everybody had at least 1 or 2 marbles in that ring. If the person's marble that got nearest to the ring had a choice of hitting all those marbles out, they are yours. But if you miss the first time, you don't get any. The next person, the person who's nearest, and if there are 4 of you, the one who's farthest back is the one who gets the last chance. So I kind of grew up like that, playing a lot of games, going to the river, catching shrimps, swimming in the water. We usually make fish pots. What we did was to we call it a pen or a bar, pen off a certain section of the water and lead it down to one little special area where it came together. We used bamboo to make a pot and set the pot there. It's to remain there all day and all night, mostly at nights. If the river, at nights, the fish tend to drift downstream. So when they get into that penned area that the water comes in and takes them down, there's a fall at the end, and the water just pull the fish and everything down the pot. So in the morning you get up, go back down to the riverside, shake out. Anything that's in the pot belongs to you. Outside of that, we used to go out at night, especially in summer. Well, we always have nice weather, but usually in summer when we go on holidays, somewhere in June, and we get back to school or July, we get back to school in September. We would go out at nights to try and catch either fish or shrimps. You see, at nights, they come a little nearer to land. Or so guys, you carry a torch, go down there at that time of the night, take some kind of pole. If they are nearby the water, you stick them. If the shrimps, we call them janga, a big claws, and they drift back at nights near to the beach, near to the roadside, near to the end of the river, and you get them. And then you get home about maybe 4 o'clock. So we've been out there like from 10 till 4, and then we just cook a pot of soup, all kind of stuff, heat. So by the time we were finished, it's probably like 7, 8 in the morning. We just go to sleep for the rest of the day. I learned to swim in a river, and I was kind of scared when I started, because we were these guys. There were other guys who we have what we call these big blue holes, stones, big high stones, say about 25, 30 feet above the water, and the young guys would come, and the older ones who could swim would take them by just throw you in the water.
Just throw you in, huh?
You gotta swim, man.
Hope for the best.
But they're not gonna leave you if you throw down and see anything. As soon as they throw you down, they're gonna dive down.
Yeah.
They just want to make sure you will throw it down and they take you. Well, I never liked the idea. So what I did, I would go find a little spot, and take my own time, learn, swim out, and so when I got with the rest of the guys, they were surprised that, oh, Smythe can swim. Yeah, I started swimming out, and so I never got involved with that. When I left school at 15, I was at home, and then the school I was going to, I was kind of acting as school monitor for a particular class, because they allow you at least 1 year extra. You could do what they call PTs or pre-trained teacher stuff. It's kind of like, I was interested in teaching. I always have classes, always helping students. So I would stay over to help some of the students with the work, help the teacher get the paperwork and all that stuff together. And I remember that we had a teacher at the school who were preparing for some Jamaica school exam, and the teacher she probably wasn't treating us very well anyway. So a group of us, including myself, decided that we didn't want to sit in her class. We went outside and we had our own class. It taught that I was a teacher, so myself and another female student, both of us taught the class. And we passed the exam that year. I mean, she was pretty upset with me and upset with a couple of us, because hey, she wasn't really helping us as much as possible. So I left that school and I went to another school known as Avocat, which is 4 miles, another 5 miles away from home, and I had to walk to get there. School started at 8. I went there because I wanted to get my English. I've always had problems with English. So I wanted to get my English. I went to this school because they had a good teacher, and they helped me. I was able to pass the English that year. By this time I was pretty near 17, 18, 19. I was really about 19. I went to Kingston when I was 18 to get a job. I didn't have enough qualifications, so I came back home, and then went back to school, got me the rest of JSC. Before I went, as I said, I was involved in church. In 1968, I was converted and baptized, and I became more involved in church activities. By 1970, I'd gone into Kingston, started working at a factory. They used to make Miss Clear Oil. You know that? I don't know, CLAIROL.
The hand motion?
Yeah. And basically we used to use hand pumps to pump them in the bottles. So at the end of the day, especially when we had to do Miss number 51, which is a very black color, we are literally at gloves with a pump machine. And so we pumped in like 4 at a time, and by the end of, like, for example, the company used to ship stuff to Trinidad, and they would send on Monday that they needed an order. What order they need? Too gross, whatever, I don't remember. But if it's a big order, we had to work extended hours, so you get to work